Snapchat, rumbling, fuck, shake your tits and swing your dicks. This goddamn Friday took forever to get here, but it's finally here. And so here's another nipple-pointing episode of your favorite internet sensation with Libation, the Friday wrap-up. Before we get today's show kicked off, I want to tip my hat to tonight's libation. I'm going for another one of my favorite types of cocktails. Now, I don't normally drink a lot of mixed cocktails, especially whiskey cocktails, but there are a few that I like, and I've had this on the show before. It's one of Sinatra's favorites. It's called a Rusty Nail. It's an old-time cocktail that is slowly starting to make its way back, at least in my corner of the world. Very simple drink to make. It's equal parts Scotch and Drambuie. I'm using probably 4 ounces of booze here. Okay, 2 shots of Scotch, 2 shots of Drambuie. I'm using, when I'm making a Scotch cocktail, I'm not going to use a single malt Scotch, so I'm just using a little Johnny Walker Black. Chivas Regal works too, so as I'll lose the drink up and be somebody. That is delightful. Smoky, got a little sweetness to it from the Drambuie. Very good drink. Okay, nice fall cocktail. And God knows it's the fucking fall. Jesus Christ, is it cold. All right, what a week. Well, holy shit. Like I said, Friday could not get here fast enough. I had to deal with stupids again this week. I mean, I came across some of the most brutally fucking stupid people I've ever encountered in my 48 years on this planet. Believe me, I've met a lot of stupid people before. But these motherfuckers were so goddamn stupid, you had to be concerned that they might die putting on their socks. I'm talking stupid, okay? Seriously. I don't understand how these people are allowed to fucking breathe and wander the earth and just aggravate everyone. I really don't get it. There should be a law where you could just fucking light people up with a cattle prod, okay, when they're at a certain level of stupidity, okay? That and Democrats. Okay. It was last Tuesday, last Tuesday. I go to the gym, and I'm coming out of the gym, and my gym is in Elmont. It's like working out in prison. And there's a Section 8 apartment building on a corner, And, of course, there was some kind of a fucking domestic disturbance. Half of Nassau County Police had to pull up. The wife is outside. The kids are running around with no shoes. The husband comes out. He's got one fucking flip-flop on. And they got this little rat dog, which, if you're on Section 8, how do you afford a pet? But that's a story. That's something for another day. Hey, the fucking dog's running. The dog almost ran into the street. Cop almost got killed trying to get the fucking dog out of Hempstead Turnpike. Just bedlam. And I'm thinking to myself, clearly these are probably fucking migrants. Between them and there's that other demographic that you always see running amok. They move into a neighborhood and it's like fucking ass cancer for the fucking neighborhood. Every time you hear of a crime being committed on the news, you look up. One of them, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I came up with a very, very simple solution. And some people are not going to like it. Some people go, oh my God, that's so horrible. But you know something? The same fucking people that say my solution is horrible are all, in 6 months after, if I was able to do it, if I became president or something, or if it was ever implemented, 6 months after the implementation, those same people are like, this is lovely. Everything is just lovely, okay? You round up all of these people. You know the ones I'm talking about. And you put them on a boat, a big cargo ship. Okay? And you ship them all to Africa. I don't care what the fuck they are. Just, boom, bring them. Africa is a very big place. Okay? That's why I'm picking Africa. Not for any other fucking reason other than it's a very, very big place. And you release them all into the fucking jungle. Go ahead, go. Go back, go into the jungle, pick some fruit, grab some bananas with your feet and make nice. Whoever the fucking elephants and the lions and the tigers don't fucking, whoever doesn't get mangled by them, you got a fucking fighting chance. Okay? You need free medical? You got it. Right? Just find a local witch doctor over there. Okay, they'll jump up and down a few times, sprinkle some powdered shit on your head, spit in your face. There you go. Have a good time. Okay, but You get rid of all of these fucking people, the world becomes a fucking garden spot. Okay? Like it used to be 100 years ago. I'm serious. I'm fucking serious. I'm dead serious. Okay? Not everybody. I mean, if you're a guy that's got a job and you're a productive member of society, everybody has to be screened properly. But boom, that's it. Just get rid of them. Get rid of them. Okay? Probably even a few whites on that ship too. Just go. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, Tuesday was also Veterans Day. Okay? Very important day, Veterans Day. You gotta thank your veterans because without them, we wouldn't be here. You know? Very simply put. I mean, if you know a veteran, hopefully you hugged them, gave them a cookie or something, told them they did something nice. There you go. Also, Veterans Day was also the first snowfall of the season. It did. It was flurrying. I walked outside. It was fucking snow flurries. Okay? So you know what that means. Old gray cheeks is coming right back. All right. What else this week? Oh, the government is open again. That's nice. They ended their fucking 40-day vacation. Thanks to the Republicans. I'd like to point out that the government's open, okay? For no other reason other than the Republicans, okay? The Democrats voted 15 times to keep the fucking country closed, okay? So they finally agreed to a bill. The Republicans proposed terms, and these were the terms that were first proposed 15 votes ago, mind you. So they finally agreed to it. It was sent to the House to be voted on, and of course the fucking Democrats in the House voted to keep it closed, but thankfully we control the House, so there you go. And this is all because of a Democrat fucking tantrum. They blamed the GOP for a shutdown, okay? Let me explain what happened here, okay? So they shut the government down because they wanted the Republicans to approve the Obamacare subsidies so that illegal migrants could get free health care. And the reason is because when they do that, basically our tax dollars would pay for this. The insurance companies are going to make more money, and they give a kickback to the fucking to these Democrats' fucking campaigns, lobbyists, all this other bullshit. So they get money under the table, and that's the fucking God's honest truth. That's why. That's the whole reason why. Okay, they don't care about the fucking migrants. They don't care about Americans. They care about their own fucking pocket, and that's really what it comes down to. So they blame the GOP for the shutdown, mind you. The Democrats, all over the news. It's just the Republicans' fault, and blah, blah, blah. They'd rather watch Americans suffer. And yet they got mad when the country reopened. This was all for nothing. We did this for nothing. Yeah, you made Americans suffer. You made people go without their paychecks who still went to work, okay? You made all that so that fucking migrants could get free health care and you could line your fucking pockets. And now they're calling for Schumer's head because Schumer just cost them all a lot of fucking money. Just remember this, okay? Next time you hear some dumbass spouting off about why Orange Man's bad, punch him right in the fucking windpipe, okay? That's why. Azalud. Anyway, Iguanas, Pennies and DEI people. Oh, we're loaded today, baby, so strap in. All right, kids, get those tickets out. We're about to hop onto that maniacal, magical express of the mayhem and fuckery. Crazy train's about to leave the station. What? Woo-hoo! First stop, Long Island, right over here. Down the Long Island Expressway we're going. So a 29-year-old man from Ridge, that's out in Suffolk County, for those of you that don't know, broke into a 74-year-old woman's apartment in Holbrook, removed the window, and raped her. Okay? And if you're wondering what color he was, don't have to wonder too much. Okay? So, I mean, so this poor old lady sitting there on her couch, okay, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, watching her stories or her game shows, somebody's grandma, and this fucking aborigine breaks into the house. And mind you, he was staying with a friend in the same apartment complex. He was like sleeping on their floor. So he must have cased this lady. What? 29 years old, and he's casing out a 74-year-old broad. Didn't rob her, just fucking raped her. Who rapes a 74-year-old lady? Jesus Christ, talk about sick in the head. Okay? Somebody's grandma. Now, we don't know if this is probably the only action this 74-year-old woman's gotten. For all we know, maybe she had a delightful time. I rather doubt it, because rape is bad. I don't know if she's a white lady or a black lady. They're not going to release any information about the victim, but they certainly released the fucking information about the assailant breaking into this old lady's apartment, minding her own fucking business. Even in your own apartment, you're not safe. Only the finest people come from rich. I just want to point that out. Say, man, did I hear what you said, right? Some 29-year-old young buck raped some 74-year-old lady? That's right, but oh, Lord Jesus, what's wrong with these people? Ooh, baby. You see that? You got a shot now after all. Somebody might want to rape your ass. You shut the fuck up, Leroy, but you know something, baby? That might sound like a nice little hot fantasy. You want to reenact that? Big Mama sit right over here like this, and then you can come in through the window and you can have your way with me, baby. I promise. I won't scream too loud. No, it's, you know what? No, that's wrong. It's not a fantasy for anybody. Ooh, baby, but I think that's hot. Ooh. Well, I'm getting the vaping. Somebody better throw some ice water on that old bitch before she melts herself. You shut the fuck up, Leroy, goddammit. You ain't romantical at all, motherfucker. Who the hell want me romantical with your fat ass? You probably got a piece of corn stuck in one of your ass creases from 1984, goddammit. Ooh, that man. Ooh, Lord. Well, the peanut gallery would chime in on that one. Anyhow, moving on, next stop, Washington, D.C., So, breaking news, Donald Trump cancels the penny. It turns out it costs 4 cents to make every 1 penny. And then people wonder why the economy is in the shitter. And it took Donald Trump to figure that out. You mean it costs 4 cents to make a penny? How is that smart? These are not smart people. We're being run by stupid people, okay? Everybody is a nut job, all right? That's just, quite frankly, it's crazy. I don't understand that, so we don't need a penny anymore. The pennies that are in circulation are good enough. We're not going to spend 4 cents to make a penny. That's just crazy. And the Democrats are running wild with the Epstein files again. Because they broke the fucking government for a month. And they look like a bunch of jerk-offs, okay? Now they're trying to, deflect, sleight of hand. Oh, Epstein files, because they released an email, and in the email, Donald Trump's name is mentioned. But if you read it in the context that the email is written in, it's written sarcastically, like, yeah, what do you want me to say? Trump, screwed my 20-year-old girlfriend, and, took a pic, what do you want me to tell you? Like, it was almost like he didn't do nothing. The guy's being sarcastic. What the fuck are you bothering me for? Kind of an email. So they want to release all the fucking Epstein documents. Now it's funny because the same people sat on this shit for 4 years during the Biden administration, and now they're calling for the transparency. Okay, listen, release it. Who gives a fuck? You know what? A lot of politicians' careers are going to get fucking ruined, and I hope half of the people that are calling for the release are going to get bulldozed by this shit too. I hope it comes back and bites them all in the ass. I perfectly okay with the fact that it has nothing to do with Donald Trump. I'm telling you, if Trump was implicated in any way, shape, or form, like if he had anything to do with Epstein aside from throwing him out of fucking Mar-a-Lago, if he put a single pinky toe on the sand of Epstein Island, these motherfuckers would have buried him already. Okay? You really think like if Trump had anything to do with banging underage broads that they would have let that slide for 4 years and make up crimes instead? No, they would have fucking put him under the jail along with Epstein and along with Maxwell. There's nothing there. It's a nothing burger. Go ahead, fucking release him. Release him, okay? You know, I'm pretty sure Trump, like I said, my theory is Trump was holding on to these things because he was using them as a bargaining chip. He's probably got the goods on a lot of fucking politicians, probably a lot of Republican politicians, and this is how he gets them to go along, okay? By holding this shit over their head. I get it. Is it ethical? That's questionable. Is it smart? Fuck yeah. I'd do the same thing. Can't say I wouldn't. So I could understand his reluctance to release this stuff, okay? Because it's how he keeps these motherfuckers in control. Because if the files get released, a lot of people's careers are going to go down the fucking tube. We got a lot of emergency elections, and it just gives the Democrats opportunities to cheat, stack the fucking House, stack the goddamn Senate, stack the courts. You know, it's just bad for that, okay? So, you know, it is what it is. Let's see what happens. Next stop, Florida. So apparently there's iguanas falling out of fucking trees. So the temperature dropped the other day below 50, and apparently lizards have this thing where it slows their blood flow and it slows their metabolism, and they faint. They faint. They fall right out of fucking trees. Imagine you walking down the street in Florida, and all of a sudden a goddamn iguana falls on you. Just after a while, gets up, starts wiggling. Holy shit! It's raining fucking boots. I mean, I would just collect a bunch of them and take them to a leather guy and have him make me a pair of cowboy boots. I'm sure my friend, Hopalong Quesadich, he's on his way down to Florida now. He's going to fill up his truck bed with fucking concussed iguanas. Okay, last stop, San Francisco. I lost my mind in San Francisco. So, a DEI train operator, you'll see why it's a DEI train operator in a minute, falls asleep while driving the train. Take a look at this.
Commuter scare in San Francisco. Video released by the SFMTA shows passengers thrown around a Muni train during the morning rush in September. The conductor caught on camera appearing to doze off at the controls. She's then jostled awake. As another angle shows the train rapidly exiting a tunnel, going around a curve, and narrowly missing a car on the street. Passengers inside sent flying and heard screaming.
They're always sleeping on a fucking job. Anyway, so this fucking dope falls asleep while she's driving the train. You got one job, okay? It's not hard to drive those things. It's on a track. Just maintain the fucking speed. So she falls asleep, the fucking train's rocking and rolling, and it's accelerating, terrifies the passengers, and then when she falls out of her chair, wakes herself up, and then she tries to blame the fucking brakes. Oh, yeah, I don't know what happened. These motherfucking brakes, they ain't working. I was trying to stop the train, but they ain't working. Now relax, everybody. We didn't crash now. We didn't crash. That's what she told them. Obviously, she minored in psychology. Well, needless to say, there's nothing wrong with the brakes on the train. The train's perfectly fine. It was the DEI moron that was driving it that was the problem, who rather quickly lost their job. You know? So, I'm sure all the BLM people are screaming racism. I mean, you fall asleep on a fucking driving a train. That's what happens. DEI, wonderful thing. Okay, kids, your sports update. Major League Baseball. So Aaron Judge won the American League MVP, and he said in an interview when they interviewed him that he'd happily give up all of his accolades and awards to win a World Series. That's nice. Not going to happen with that seed-spitting, fucking retarded manager, Boone, Judgy, okay? Not going to happen. Not in this lifetime. Not until they get rid of this jerk-off. Maybe this is a clarion call to the fucking people in the front office for the New York Yankees, and they go, you know something? We might lose this kid. Maybe we should get rid of the fucking seed spitter. Oh, Donnie Baseball is free. Let's give him a call. Let's give him the fucking keys to the ship. See what happens. Anything's got to be better. Okay? NFL. Oh, God. I wasn't going to do it to myself Sunday. I wasn't going to watch the Giants Chicago game. Wasn't doing it. I said, you know what? I was doing some shit around the house. We turn it on. I see the Giants are winning. I keep it on. I should have shut it off right then and there. They go into the fourth quarter with a fucking double-digit lead. Boom, blow the fucking game. So, needless to say, they got their asses kicked by Chicago in the fourth quarter. So, any team that plays the Giants, really, doesn't have to play football for 3 quarters. They could rest. Fourth quarter, they show up 15 minutes, squash them, and be done with it. Not bad, okay? As a result of this fucking dumpster fire of a game last Sunday, the Giants finally fired Dable on Monday. Okay? I mean, yeah, this is the 4th time this year that the Giants have blown a double-digit fucking lead. Okay, it's the 2nd time they blew it in the 4th quarter. Okay? It's insanity to me. So, they shit-canned Dable, that fat little fucking furry hobbit. Good. I never liked it. He had one good fucking season. He got him like, he got that fucking, first fucking leg of the playoffs, and they gave him Coach of the Year. I think that was a little overzealous, in my opinion. So they fucking finally fired him, and they elevated offensive coordinator Mike Kafka to interim coach, who's another fucking disaster. Okay, that's like going from the shits to that's like going from shit to diarrhea. I understand. Okay, and on top of that, they keep it showing the GM, who's another fucking jerk off. Okay, that's like taking Imodium to cure the diarrhea, but then still going to Taco Bell, shoveling 2 grande burritos down your fucking face, and then wondering why you shit all over your car on the way home. Firing Dable and keeping these other 2 fucking jerk-offs is like curing the clap, but then letting your HIV run wild. Like, I don't understand. Who's making these fucking decisions? Like, what kind of fucking hallucinatory Trump are these motherfuckers on that come up with these brilliant ideas? I don't get it. Oh, and then our kicker, Gano, hurt himself again. This fragile fuck would bruise his taint putting on his helmet. How do you hurt yourself kicking a football? One job you have. One. Hurts himself again. He just came back, kicks the football, and his fucking nutsack fell off. I don't know. He kicked himself in his own fucking dick. How are you this fragile in the NFL? Somebody explain that one to me. I'll kick the fucking football for fucking $2 million a year. Holy fucking shit. Why do we even have him? Just insanity to me. Anyway, Giants and Packers Sunday at 1 o'clock. The Jets lost to the Patriots yesterday. Bills and Bucks Sunday at 1. And the Saints have a bye week. NHL, Rangers and Blue Jackets Saturday at 7. Islanders and Utah Mammoth tonight at 9 o'clock. Utah, that's not an expansion team. I mentioned it last year. I don't think they had a name last year. They were just a Utah Hockey Club or some shit now. So it took them a year to come up with Mammoth. I don't know. I don't know who's coming up with it. It's like they asked a retard to name the fucking team. Okay? They must have had a contest with Mongoloids. Who can name the hockey team in Utah? Mammoth! Okay. And NBA, Knicks and Heat tonight at 7. Nets and Magic tonight at 7. Bulls and Jazz Sunday at 8 o'clock. All right, kids, and Tommy's Pub and Grub Review. Here's a good one that you shouldn't sleep on. I've been meaning to mention this place. I just haven't gotten around to it. Totally slipped my mind, actually. Here's the Scottos. Anthony Scotto, the Anthony Scotto restaurant group. The Scotto brothers. Or one of them, anyway. Or the son, I don't know. I haven't seen them in many, many years. Anyway, he owns a bunch of restaurants, and a lot of them happen to be on 110. There's Opus, there's 110, which I've mentioned. And there's another place, it used to be the old Refuge. It's called the Halston. It's like an American bar and grill. Very nice upscale place. Food is delightful there. They have a nice little mix of everything. You know, it's not like a bar and grill. Like, I mean, it's like it's American fare, but it's not pub grub. You know, they have a little bit of everything. They have pastas. They have burgers. They have steaks. They have ribs and short ribs and all kinds of nice little seafood. There is very nice, and they also do sushi. Take a look at this. Okay, this is their Montauk lobster roll. Beautiful, right? It's lobster, spicy tuna, a little mango. It's wrapped in soy paper, which, you know, is my favorite because I don't like seaweed. I love sushi, but I don't like seaweed. I always ask for the soy paper. The only thing you gotta be careful about, some of these fucking places, they don't always have Japs in the back rolling the sushi. So they don't roll them tight enough, okay? So just keep that in mind when you order sushi in a place that's not a fucking Japanese place. So go check it out. Your PSA. So the weather's getting colder now. You know, people start putting on the hoodies and the jackets, all the winter clothes, and all the summer shit is gone. Okay? The flip-flops, the shorts, the tank tops. We put all of that away, and we pull out all the winter stuff. And there's a horrifying thing that women do in the winter, especially with their footwear. They wear those fucking Uggs. Do you know this? They look like Eskimo boots. Now, these things were popular, I guess, like late 90s, even early 2000s. People are still fucking wearing them. I don't understand. They were ugly then. They're ugly now. There's a certain kind of woman that can get away with wearing these things, okay? And they wear them a certain way. Like, you have to be hot, okay? Preferably skinny, because then the proportion of the clunky boot with the skinny broad's leg looks nice, okay? Usually leggings, okay? And they wear like the long sweater with it and like a little sports bra. That's cute. But other than that, nobody else should be wearing these. They seem to be the preferred winter footwear of fat people, okay? And they're horrifying because a lot of times people don't wear socks with them. So your foot is encased in lamb's wool and leather, and it's sweating in there, and it probably stinks like fucking Jersey in August, okay? And like, so, and then they're wearing them, and they're wearing them with jeans, and it looks just awful. It looks like you're wearing orthopedic shoes. If you're wearing these things, you know, like, if you're a fat person and you're wearing Uggs, stop it, okay? You're basically a fat and furry flats at this point. Stop that, okay? Anyway, kids, it's been your Friday wrap-up. No mask, don't ask, haters, and kiss my ass. And remember, who loves you, babe? It's been your Friday wrap-up, and I'll see you when I see you. Salud.